Live and in stereo.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody out there.
Please don't give a political speech. This is not the platform.
Yes.
The morning mix on Informanté Radio.
My favorite show.
You're talking about one person, Maria. One person that you know. But you don't know every therapist.
Yeah, no, I'm saying not everybody's professional, but I mean...
Exactly.
But
so you stop defending her. We're not talking about her now.
I'm not talking about her also.
I'm talking about my
her.
cousin therapist who tells people stories.
Lend an ear and join us every morning.
All the time.
I listen all day, every day.
I don't know. I'm just addicted to it.
But Maria, I'm also most family of yours.
Dis pas.
Dis ons nie familie nie.
Jy het gister vir ons gesê ons is
Dis 'n kwanyama.
broers.
Hallo.
Hoe sê sy vir ons? Ons
I
is nie
thank
familie
you.
nie. Very good.
Ja.
Oh,
We will-
I've said your family zone.
Nee.
You just said we are not family. You are a
No,
kwanyama.
it's my brother.
The Morning Mix.
Starting your day with a bang. You are listening to Namibia's best radio station, Informanté Radio.
LifeSave guarantees the growth of an individual's savings over a period of time. With guaranteed 8.5% compound interest rates per year, making your money work for you has never been this easy. SMS LifeSave to 31844. LifeSave, underwritten by Trustco Life.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trustco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station.
This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age.
Hey! Wake up!
Emil on the mic. I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye makini my shoulder. Itinye makini my shoulder. I on the house, somebody there. Somebody there. Duro paharo, somebody there. Mix up paharo, somebody there. I wanna be the greatest. I wanna be the best. How can I be the best if you won't pay me my money? How can I be the greatest if you won't pay me my money? Futo mula yange. Don't tell what futo mula yange. 'Cause I work for my money, so you give me my money. I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. I on the house, somebody there. Somebody there. Duro paharo, somebody there. Mix up paharo, somebody there. I'm just tryna get my money. Please forgive my attitude. Wasi menota shite go malu. 1 + 1 = 2. We don't perform for no exposure. Shut your exposure. Kaina fiku yeto kuya. Getting my money, I ain't here for no beef. Nandanda kalanda telege mo con beef. And if you hating, boy, you better take a seat. Talk Jerry what Mr. Andrew wanna be. I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. I on the house, somebody there. Somebody there. Duro paharo, somebody there. Mix up paharo, somebody there. Hey, ondara, ozimariwa, andizilongele, nudini, futa futa, ondaja, koma futa. I'm looking for money. I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. I on the house, somebody there. Somebody there. Duro paharo, somebody there. Mix up paharo, somebody there.
19 minutes past 8 on a Thursday morning. Mr. Andrew on the beat, one of the hardest producers around the country, in the country at the moment. Anyway, it's featuring Top Cherry Page from Ethnics, the one half of Ethnics, and Mrs. ML on that one. Good morning, welcome to the morning mix. I've got the usual suspects in studio, as Miss Maria Ileka Entertainable Basson. We apologize, Cubase couldn't be here this morning. I will be standing in for him. I hope I do not let you guys down.
Ethnics are Herero, right?
Esho is Herero, Page is Bamboo.
That big song, what is it called?
Composure.
Yeah, oh, she's
Herero and he's Bamboo.
I love that song. It was also part of the MTC Knockout songs with Anne. I think Anne did it, and what's the other DJ?
Yes. I like I think NSK.
NSK.
Yes.
Yeah, nice song. Play it in studio sometime, man.
Never looks lost. Ons het hom geabuse
You know the girl that was wearing the long hair, like tot die grond gaan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she sang that song.
Now, it's a song they just played now.
No.
No.
One of the artists on this song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ethnics is a duo. I like them particularly because they sort of cross the languages. Like sometimes you would hear Esho, who's the girl, who's Herero, singing in Oshuambo, and then you hear Paige, who's Vambu, also singing in Oshiherero.
Yes, yeah.
So it's a nice mixture, man. I hope they do stay together. You know how sometimes these things.
Look at what happened to the dog and Gaza.
Yeah, they were also a duo. Come on.
Have you ever seen the old Sharon Stone movie, Basic Instinct?
Yes.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
What is it about?
It's about this woman that kills men after she sleeps with them. Or she killed a man after she.
Oh,
there's a
is it-
scene. The big scene is there where she's being interrogated. She's not wearing underwear.
And she.
And she crosses her legs and then she pulls out a cigarette, but she's not wearing underwear. So the guy that's interrogating, I can't even focus. And then she starts end up having the investigator falls in love with her.
I just had an epiphany of that.
Moenie dit onder my skirk kyk asseblief.
Ek het nie onder jou skirt
Ek sê
gekyk nie.
net.
Ek sê maar net, I just thought about the movie now. That's all I'm just saying. Yeah. But I'll send you a link to the movie.
That Basic Instinct is such a sexual movie. I don't even know why it has a
Are you calling Maria a black widow or what?
With a white dress.
Hulle dood maak. Nah, I take that back.
Come on. Yeah.
Okay, that was a
back.
good movie. That was
Yeah.
a very, very good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Maybe I'll watch it someday. I'm not really that into movies.
No, but it's I'll say it's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
All right. Let's do a quick COVID update before you do your thing. Maar ek sien jy wil klaar begin inspring. Infection rate ticking up ever so slightly. Yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before we only had 11 cases. Yesterday we reported 69 new cases. It brings the total amount of cases to 12,069, 130 deaths with over 10,000 recoveries. Currently active cases in the country. That number continues to come down, 1,751. That's your COVID update for this morning. Brought to you by Trasco Insurance.
I'm telling you, I saw what's the guy's name? When Gondwana was here a few months ago in the studio, we had the guy, what's his name? Gijs.
From Gondwana.
Yeah, from Gondwana. He sent a heartfelt mail or letter that he wrote to the WHO as to how tourism has been affected by COVID-19 this year. And I saw there was a silent protest about 2-3 days ago that Gondwana had, with all their cars, I think along, I think it's Nelson Mandela Avenue or something. Obviously protesting, what this lockdown has done to the tourism sector. Yeah, it's nogal, it's tough to see what this thing has done to the economy.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Not to deviate a little bit. I mean, I'm glad that tourism. Affects. If it employs over 100,000 people, then we know that that is one of the biggest contributors. So we know it's a very important industry, and it's good that that government was able to respond to them immediately by opening, I think, 4 border posts.
Yes,
within
yes.
24 hours of the protest. That's great. That's really great. But
Yeah.
what it ultimately does is, it just shows us that government can react and respond immediately. And not to take away from what they're doing, I'm with the tourism industry
Yeah.
and what they're doing. I'm addressing government. For me, it's frustrating that day 7 of protests, they started last week Thursday. Today is Thursday, exactly 1 week later. And yes, the Prime Minister's made some sort of promise. We're going to look at this, but there's no timeline. Other requests were dismissed without really an explanation. There's still a lot that, it's like that other demonstration is largely, for the most part, being ignored. And that is frustrating.
When you say the other one, is the
one that
the
against
SGBV?
yes,
Okay,
the SGBV.
okay.
Protesters have been on the street since Thursday. Today's Thursday. I'm saying government.
How do you say not to deviate and then you deviate so far away?
No, it is because it's about government inaction.
Oh, okay.
They responded to another protest within
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yes.
Very quickly. Oh, you guys have a problem? Oh, industry. Oh, let's open our borders for you. It's good. It's great. It's action. You know? But on the flip side is you continue to ignore the other protests that is happening in this country. And I think it's also of a very important.
But they did sort of give a response yesterday. I mean, it was delayed, but it was still a response.
No, because another one came back. The protesters wrote back and said, you're not giving us the time. It's a promise. We will look at it. We will look at implementing this thing. You don't give a time
It's
frame.
basically the same thing that they've been saying
Exactly.
all along.
All along, yeah.
Yes. So you haven't really given them what they want. And there's other key factors that they ignored, for example, making it a state of emergency. They're not saying why they're not making it a state of emergency. That was the main, actually, request. Make it a state of emergency, SGBV in this country. It was ignored and then they went back to, we will relook at policies. We will try and implement this. But, okay, what is the time frame? How can we hold you accountable? Is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen a year from now? Do we have to wait another 10 years? Another 30 years?
Yeah.
In the absence of an actual time frame for the people to hold you accountable, you're just stalking. So the protesters didn't get what they want.
Yeah, but Maria, you must understand it's an election year. We are busy digging holes in Warfish Bay. You could see the video last night of.
It was nice to see Munchkin finally earning his keep. No?
Was Munchkin digging a hole?
He was the first one you see there digging the hole with a
Foundation.
spade.
Is it?
My
Yeah.
broer, man, het gewerkt.
And
We said, you know what?
That
Maybe
was
it's best that. Is it Shines who said?
Yeah.
Maybe it's best that we need to have elections every year. Then you will have proper service delivery. And then maybe once we've done those other things, we can get to addressing GBV in this country. That's what it seems
Yeah.
like.
Everything else is GBV secondary to
Primary.
everything
And
else.
I mean, in election year, we know that the primary focus of most political parties or most politicians is to either grab some more power or hold on to the power that they already have. And I'm afraid, like, most of the politicians do not fall on the right side, so to speak, if there is a right and a wrong side. But they do not fall on the right side of this SGBV issue. And that's why many of them are refusing to sort of proclaim themselves. That is just my opinion, if you ask me. Yeah. Anyway, let's quickly say...
There are no comments.
no, I'm not looking at comments. Don't try to read my mind.
What did you want to say?
I want to say happy birthday to a couple of people.
Yeah.
You see, you didn't even see that coming.
Since when?
I say it's Warwick's birthday.
Yes, that's what I was. What I
I
wanted to
say
say,
it's
yeah.
Warwick's birthday.
Meneer Warwick Okaizanya, he's one of the designers behind the look of the show. You know, when you see all these things on the Informanté page, on the Informanté Radio page especially.
Yeah.
He's one of the lead guys behind all those designs. So
Yeah.
happy birthday, Meneer Okaizan.
Also, Shines, what you need to do is once we're done with the show, we need to go to Warwick. And then you need to go sing to Warwick, okay?
And me, I'm not going to ask Shines to sing again. He refused to sing for my wife, so
Yeah.
I'm not even buying a ticket to a Shines show. It's klaar, Fudala. Right. Also, Mr. Robert Chipanga, young black entrepreneur, celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday to you. And one of my childhood friends, me and this guy grew up together. As a matter of fact, our street back home was named after his grandfather, who lived there for 99 years until his passing somewhere in the early 2000s. But yeah, Izzy, also a happy birthday to you. Okay, let's
Happy birthday, guys.
Do you want to sing? Shine says she doesn't sing for me.
Nee,
Ain't
so
nobody.
right. That's nah. I don't sing to men, and I agree with Shines.
Why is jealous an issue? Why don't you sing to men?
Nee, laat they have.
Why is your masculinity so fragile?
Sorry, I said there's no comment. So Ronnie, right? Ronnie K. Not they're both Ronnie K's.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted to say now.
It's Ronnie K. Okay, if I say Ronnie K, I'm not talking about Kanalelo, please. So now there's this argument going on because Ronnie politely says, "Hey, Shmeria, like the white outfit, you look like an angel, right? Thank you for that, Ronnie." But wait, that's not it. So then somebody else, who I think it's the first time I'm seeing them on the stream, very, very emboldened to say, I think they're taking digs at me, but I don't know why. McDonald Klassen says, "Ronnie, don't lie to the auntie. It's not good. What angel?" And so now they're having, but it's true. So what is your beef with me? Is there tension going on? Klassen, McDonald. Do we know each other from the past?
Yeah.
Take your geld.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
praat met my.
Did she become a rich auntie because of
you
or whatever?
of who's it?
Laat ons net
Yeah,
weet.
let's put the cards on the table.
And luister hierso, Jay, rich auntie. Let me just break it down to you like this. Yeah, you made some serious allegations here in the studio again yesterday. So after the show, I spoke to at least 2 of my colleagues who made fun of my grocery bill per month. Okay? To say, okay, so you're also making fun? Okay. How many are you guys in the house? Ze sê nee, wel ons is 6 in die huis. Ek sê good figure.
Yeah.
Now let's start off. Long story short, the calculation that we've made got her exactly to around $13,000, toiletries excluded in the groceries.
Groceries does mos nie toilet.
Nee, ek sê maar net.
So just the groceries.
Ai, tog maar. Asseblief.
Me, I'm not saying anything.
Me, I'm not saying anything.
I'm not saying anything. I don't know your children and how
I
they eat.
came from upstairs now, and I spoke to Tanya. And it's Tanya, her husband, Angus, with 2 boys. And we did a quick calculation as to what groceries cost her on a weekly basis. When we got to the number, ons het ook hierso by 14 gedraai. It's
On a monthly or weekly basis?
Monthly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ooh, nee, wil ek het nie geweet, dit kos so baie nie. It's expensive.
You know, Shines, what we should do. The month end, we should take a camera and follow. I want to know what these people are buying. What are you buying that is bringing you up to 14, 15, 16,000? So we can follow him with the camera and just. So say groceries doen.
Wat kos 'n slagting? Miskien 1,500. A whole sheep.
Hey, we don't all have.
Hy eet dit droë brood.
Ons het nie groot genoeg yskaste om 'n hele slag ding te koop.
Jy chop die blerrie ding op.
Dan is daar nie even spasie for ice cubes in the fridge. So jy koop maar miskien 'n boutjie en is klaar. En dan gaan chop jy vir hom op. Of ribs. But yeah,
Anyway.
meat is probably the most expensive thing in the budget, right?
Meat?
That's why you have to go vegetarian.
I
No, but
know.
that's also expensive.
Salige. Vegetarian is expensive.
Going when I went pescatarian, it was just like mostly
Fish.
veggies. Yeah, fish here and there, but mostly it's really vegetarian. Yo, it's more expensive than eating meat.
Did you also hit 14,000 with your grocery bill?
I might have, but no, but it's expensive. It's more expensive to go vegan or vegetarian.
Die mense hulle
Because everything is that keeps you healthy are costly.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It's costly to be healthy.
it's organic. Yeah,
unless you can plant it
organic.
yourself.
that's why I think.
But julle mos nie wil doen nie, want julle is nee, ek sal liewer by die boere gaan koop.
In countries like the States, I mean, they have shops like the organic section, meaning you pay 3 times more to buy an apple that's not been injected.
Yeah.
So that's why it's mostly more affluent families that can afford to go organic. It's expensive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But how much of our fruits and veggies, especially, are not organic on the shelves?
No, most of ours are. Most of our yes.
On our shelves, I do not want to agree with that.
No, most. I'm not saying all. Most of our fruits and veggies here in Namibia are organic.
Yeah, but I said which ones are not. How many of them are not organic?
Oh, okay. I don't know how many are not organic. I mean, I don't have a comparison. I think isn't everything organic?
Yeah, but then that means they are not injected more. So why are you paying more for? I don't get.
No,
you are confusing me.
No, I was talking about the States.
Oh.
I was talking about the States.
Oh,
I
you're
said
talking about America.
Yes, I said in the States you pay 3 times more for organic.
Yeah.
For
So
organic.
only affluent families can go organic. I'm talking about the States.
Yeah.
Here, obviously, everything is organic.
Yeah.
So you don't have that problem.
But is everything
except for the chicken.
Yeah, I'm talking about
the
fruits.
chicken.
Fruits and veggies are generally organic. Yes.
It's ridiculous when you even compare the organic chicken.
Yeah, no, I mean
to
we're
the other one. It's like
with chicken, we're dumping side from Brazil. You know that, right?
You see, and then
oh man.
the moment we started talking about chicken, I already had Brazil in my mind.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say the hierdie braaipak goede that we get from Brazil. These are mostly it's injected chickens.
Of course.
Yeah.
But if we tell you guys, let's go and support Kadikwa chicken, which is organic chicken, then Tahanjela an, it's as bamboo chicken. It's not about being bamboo chicken or whatever.
Organic.
It's healthy, it's organic.
But what is
and
this?
it's local.
Nami poultry. They
poultry.
are also not organic. Their chicken is also not organic.
Is it?
There's no difference between that and that which comes in the braai packs from wherever it is that they come from Brazil or wherever.
Okay.
No, there's a huge difference.
A huge
Is
difference how? Organic chicken is basically yellow bamboo
Free
chicken.
range.
Yellow bamboo chicken.
Free range.
That is okay. If you look at even
It's
just
B
look
grade. Isn't B grade organic?
look at them. No, organic means it's not
It's not injected.
yeah, it's not chemicals.
yes,
goed
yes,
te
yes.
gegee
No
nie.
antibiotics.
Basically like the marathon chicken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look at the marathon chicken and go get even the chicken from
Nami
Nami Poultry. Their chicken is closer to that which comes from abroad than the marathon chicken.
We need to find out.
Just because you're saying it on record. Are you sure you know what you're saying? That is actually not organic chicken.
We need to find
Nami
out.
Poultry's chicken.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Okay. I'm not aware. I'm saying.
We need to get Dapewa online, so she must tell us. Is it true?
Wil jy kom maar nou bel?
Ek wil haar bel.
Bella.
Praat julle so lank aan so we can find out.
Wie sê? Wie is Dapewa?
Gwama.
Oh, Juama.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Dapewa. Oh, okay.
We ended up talking about Neville's groceries. This was not even supposed to be a grocery conversation.
No, he came in fighting.
I love this show. Okay, let's read comments while Meneer is doing his thing there. Sharetta. Okay, kos begin hierso. Benito Natibi, the person that called that chicken bamboo chicken won't see the gates of heaven.
Marathon, anyway. Marathon, I think hardloop, joh.
Wait, was that directed at me since I'm the one who dropped the bamboo chicken phrase?
No, I think the person that
Yeah.
originated.
I know, I'm
The
just playing. Yeah, Leslie Kamusep, there is no difference. Q is reg. You are spot on. Nami Poultry and Brazil, same WhatsApp group. But basically, Cuba. Hey, gaan man. Oh, did I say basically? Ek is toch Herrero. Sometimes the Herrero is going to jump out at you guys. Don't be surprised. He is in there. He lives within me. Sharetta. how do you even say that name? Anyway, he's saying, so bright packs are coming from Brazil. Eish, poor us. I actually thought our chicken was coming from South Africa. I didn't even know there was a Brazil connection. Such a strong Brazil connection.
We are, I mean, it's a known fact that we are a dumping site. In fact,
saying it's a known fact is wrong because I didn't know.
Just because you don't know doesn't mean it's not a well-known fact.
It's not a well-known fact.
All right. I mean, I will just say, and it's so funny we're talking about this because just yesterday I retweeted Dr. Liake Hangala, where he said the dumping of cheap poultry products into Namibia from countries such as Brazil should stop. It prevents the development of our own poultry industry. This is stifling employment creation. After all, why should Namibia always be a dumping ground of other nations' products?
I agree.
All right, wat sê Twapewa?
Sy sal nou praat.
Twapewa het gesê ons moet ooit. Is hy so?
Nee, wie is dom. Ek sê bel haar net gou. So that she can quickly just explain in terms of free-range chicken. But it will be a quick discussion.
Free-range chicken. Ek het amper gesê gee my die nommer. Okay, hold on, just hold on. Bear with us. Let me just play something so we can sort this out real quick. What do you want to hear, Maria? Sister Bettina?
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Sister Bettina.
That's the way.
It's what I give to my people. L-O-V-E is what I get from my people. I am Kashi Moses, but you did Mobuga. I got all my people, Mobuga Tayaradura, Ondumba Tipango, Ombrongo, Odenda Nerago, Odenda Nerago, Omporo.
Okay, just like a little interlude there with Tati Gaza. Okay, we've got Ms. Twapewa Kadikwa on the line. Good morning, welcome to the Morning Mix.
Good morning, Sanbonani.
Sanbonani.
Gemengde se mense.
Natuurlijk, darling, natuurlijk.
Sy is van gemengde.
16-13.
15-13.
Gemengde 16-13.
Awe.
Amaste.
Twapewa, we're having a little debate here in the studio at the moment.
For starters, it's just a debate. What is this little story?
Okay.
Don't downplay
Sorry,
it.
to. It's quite a debate here in the studio this morning, and I see our viewers are really getting into this also. Because I saw Cubase, I saw somebody making a statement. I didn't know Braipa comes from Brazil.
Yeah.
That was one of the comments that I saw on the stream.
Me too.
Yeah. No. A lot of our chicken products come from Brazil.
Yeah.
Twapewa, just quickly, just explain to me. You are in the business of chicken now for quite some time.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
And it makes me feel like a chicken sometimes also.
It makes you feel like a chicken sometimes.
Mary, I see your face.
So you are watching and talking to us at the same time.
No, wat ons wil vra nee, Twapewa, your chicken. What's the process of you raising your chickens? What do you is it first and foremost, what is free range?
Yeah.
What is bamboo chicken? What is marathon chicken?
Okay.
Yeah, just give us a quick 101 lesson.
All right. So in the poultry value chain, there's different interventions. Ne? So it's like saying meat, and then you go beef, mutton, pork. You know what I'm saying? So poultry, you can be doing two things. You can be producing the marathon chicken. It's actually a free-range chicken, meaning it's not raised in a fixed structure. It gets to run around. That's why it's developed that tight muscle.
Aha.
It is exposed to the sun. So
Okay.
it is organic because it's not in a simulated environment.
Okay.
That's now what you eventually call as the marathon chicken. So our breed is called Lohman Brown. And first it gives you eggs. When it's out of the egg production, it can then be converted into meat, which is what you eat as marathon chicken. All right. Is it nga? Say nga, Alma.
Nee, is nga.
Is
Is nga.
No,
No,
the
no.
other type is the broiler meat. Ours grows for 12 months before it's completed its cycle to become a meat product. So for 12 months, it's giving you eggs. All right. So number 2, the one that you now call Breipak, that's not the Lohman. That one is called a broiler.
Okay.
So that one is grown specifically for meat. That's why it only grows up to 18 weeks, and then it's 1.2 kilos. It gets slaughtered. It becomes about 1.1 when the water and the blood is out, and that's where you find your chicken breast, your thigh, your wings. It's not for vlees. It was not for vlees geboer. You
Okay.
just rear it for meat. Now there's different scenarios all over the world. Some people, they inject because they want to get to that 1.2 kilo as quickly as possible. And then obviously that bird is sicker, and that's not organic. I cannot say what other players are doing, but the broiler meat is grown specifically for meat consumption. So you are looking for a poultry white meat. And it doesn't have to run around because it's not for that purpose. Now, what NPI is doing, they have a broiler operation. They don't have a layer operation. You
Okay.
understand?
Yeah.
So would it still be qualified to call it organic or not?
Okay, I've been to, before we started the chicken farming, we went for training. That is now my handsome husband and myself. Because we couldn't invest in the industry. Yeah, oh, it's so hot. Anyway, so we were not I didn't study agriculture at that stage, and neither did he. So we went to various colleges. We've got 2 qualifications. So we went to a agricultural college in South Africa. It's called Dikla. And then we went to another one in Finland. So we've been exposed to so many different types of poultry farming. What I can classify as really organic is a patch of grass, like a whole farm, like what we saw in Finland and in Cape Town. And those birds, they are broilers, but they are grown in the open air.
Okay.
So organic really means non-stimulated. There's no structure, there's not a cage.
It's not
The chicken
a
gets
controlled environment.
It's not a controlled environment.
Okay.
That is now what organic is. That's also why Namibian beef is so highly prized, because
Of course.
we really have
Organic.
free-range
Of
cattle,
course.
and therefore you can. But we've seen cattle farms in Finland that those cattle have never seen the sun. They even put the artificial light in there. All they want is meat. When that cattle grows, they slaughter it in packages. Now hold on. So the broiler, once the slaughter ring is done, i.e. Namib poultry, then the off-cut, the extra products, you'll now find them. If there's a value chain, you'll find things like chicken nuggets, because it was compressed and a crumble gesit daarvoor. Patties.
Love
That's
it.
now a value chain. Namibia hasn't developed that yet, because we just need first to cover the consumption volume of the local market.
So, in short, is your chicken healthier and better than Brazilian chicken?
Natuurlik.
Oh, okay.
Let's just first talk about the distance to the client.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many hours is Brazil from us?
Yeah.
It's
All
clump.
right.
That already cuts a lot of the cost.
No,
you are just
guys.
eating bubble gum.
The what is it? Mr. Samuel Nuyoma said the Brazil is just here. It's very close.
I beg, I will not get involved. We don't talk against elders. That's my elder now. And I love him so much.
No, we're just quoting him. We're not talking
We are
about
just quoting him.
He's Kwanyama.
Can your chicken speak?
listen to me. The problem is English. You know, in Oshuambo you were thinking, but the way it comes out in English is fake. It's like Wamba when you're saying you. You. He was talking in Oshuambo. Okay, so listen to me. Let's just talk about distance. You will eat what you call Brazilian chicken, but it's just like a fluff that tastes like chicken. You're not consuming protein because the protein content, which is really from the maize that the chicken eats. Remember, what you eat is what it ate.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it is healthy, that will be compressed to be passed on to you.
Yeah.
If it's bad and it is transported for that long, just imagine you're eating a soggy chicken-like product, but your body is not receiving nutrients. You are full, but you haven't built your nutritional value because you've just replaced space in your stomach. Do you get it? And that is why you must buy Kazikwa chicken. It's not even an hour to you. You should see our operation. We are so cautious. Those chickens, they are like so happy because they are so
They're even speaking.
And also, you can't, for us, we can't compete on math. So we are very intimate. Every bird matters to us. You know, chicken farming is so sensitive, your biosecurity. If one is sick, your entire flock is sick. So you cannot afford to not be cautious and be very deliberate about your farming methods.
All right. Tapio, sorry, there's a few questions, but I'll just go into first one. So the liver Hiskia just says, so what chicken is or are the most healthiest to eat?
Second?
There's a question here about what chicken is the most healthiest to eat.
I think first the people just need to know what is different kind of chicken product.
All right.
You understand? And then it's a preference. As for me, what that chicken ate is what I'm eating.
Yes.
If it was stimulated for growth, that means it's going to disturb my immune system. And that's why Africa, I don't know if you know this, but Namibia has got one of the highest stunting statistics in the world. That means
stunting.
Stunting.
Yeah.
Oh, growth stunt. Yeah, stunting. Yeah.
Yes. And that means we are eating wrong from the beginning because of all the processed food. Now you see kids failing in grade 10, but they are not failing at grade 10. Their whole nutritional
They're disadvantaged.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So grow your own food. At least buy from a farmer who you can trace. You need traceability. If you get sick now, you can't even see what box, where that product came from. And the only reason why Brazil is exporting is because it's not sufficient. I mean, it's not good enough for their own market.
Yes, we are a dumping site, as they say, dumping ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
We must have another statistics like mense educate.
Ons is klaar met breipak.
Nee,
Nee, moenie jy vir my. Ek is klaar met breipak.
So what is it when they say B grade and is there A grade, B grade?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes. Okay. So A grade is, for example, like in poultry farming, A grade is a bird that maybe didn't fall. You know, there's no stunt in its growth. So it's op 1.2 kilo op die regte datum.
Yeah.
Nou hulle groei mos nie almal dieselfde manier nie. That's anders wat onder die anders. Depending on the farming methods of the farmer. Some people really overload the farm because they're just pushing for volume. So B would be then as in 900 gram. Hy het vir
Engels
18 weke geëet. You get what I mean? It has been bred for the right amount of time, but it is not the right weight and the right shape at the time of maturity. So it's a B grade. And then C is now what you see being dumped. And even the importers of this chicken, they don't eat them. They just want black people to be holding trolleys and consuming, because that's what we are known for. consumption.
Yeah.
If you can consume Maria, you can produce.
Yes, I
If
agree
you
with
can
you.
make fat cook, you can make biscuits.
Yes.
So we just have that whole spirit of consumption. Yet we are the market.
Now, can't we just buy ostrich and then you can have chicken for like
For the whole month.
for the whole month?
Ostrich, huh? Who's the supervisor in that studio? Who's the elder?
It's
That's the problem. There's no supervisor. There's no supervision here.
Unsupervised.
Everything is clear now. Eh?
Yeah. Me, I learned one thing today. If I want to eat vegetables, I can feed the vegetables to my cow. Also, this chicken that we are eating from Brazil is not healthy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. Look, you have to
It's
understand the
bubble
agenda.
gum.
Tumar, Tuapewa,
Yeah,
I
it's
know
very
you,
much
you,
chicken,
I know
but
you're
you're
choosing your words carefully because you need to be diplomatic on air. Ons verstaan. You don't have to say anything. But we know now where to buy our chicken and what is braai
Okay.
pak.
And I
Skin
need to pay the employees.
Ay, kare kuma.
But so is it
Come
if
to Kadikwa Chicken, follow us on
yes, come to
social
Kadikwa.
media,
But
Facebook and Instagram. Ooh.
so ek wil eintlik vir jou vra, jy ken mos as ons when we buy chicken, we must pull out the packy, the braai pack, and we toss it and come on, we have to toss it like so that you see that you are getting the big pieces. So actually, what you're saying is the bigger the pieces like that, the less healthy.
A chicken, by its originality, cannot go beyond 1.2 kilo
Yo,
with the right farming. So if you're buying a 1.8 kilo, it means it was 2 kg when it was slaughtered, and then the water was drained and the blood. That is it's an animal.
It's abnormal.
Virginie, you just
people
spoiled my
know that
appetite, you.
Africa, listen,
Yeah.
people know that Africans are challenged with food production. So
Because we are lazy.
Nutrition given net 4 years. That's hoekom daai dik stukke so kom, because it's just supposed to close a gap in your stomach, but that does not necessarily translate to nutrition. Value. That is why what is it? Consumption is there, but look at our lifestyle diseases. We have massive, pathetic lifestyle diseases: diabetes, hypertension,
high blood pressure.
Alles. But look at the trace where it's coming from. Nutrition plays a big role. Now, if you are eating wrong, or eating at the wrong time, or eating the wrong product, just to be full. I mean, the way we grew up in the township, you figure out later what is the kilojoules and the calories.
Ons worry nie, ons is vol. Is
Ek wil
na.
vol raak as al.
But if you look at countries, maybe through a study on centurions is the country with the highest 100-year plus, people that reach the age of 100. Study them, trace it back. It's about nutrition. Japan is one of the highest. Hy mense groei en hulle eet groen die hele week. En as hulle animal eet, die animal het die son gesien en hy is organically geroei. Verstaan jy? So if you look at our death mortality, trace it back to nutrition. Look at the school performance. Trace it back. That's something that is so high. You eat late. You eat wrong. And if you do eat, you're eating the wrong mixture. It's just protein and maybe some starch. Or it's just starch and no protein. So that nutrition plays a big role in the developmental agenda of a country. Even if we've got 2030, we want to be industrialized. Our nutrition will contribute 65% to realizing and changing the trajectory of our country.
Oh, well said, Tuapewa.
Dankie my suster.
Deep.
Dankie.
Jy het my ook so gekook vandag. Nooit ek is net warm.
Ek eet net vis, maar no less ek chicken. Your chicken so
Yeah, please come to Kwama, come eat your chicken. Just educate yourself. It's not
Not
really
true.
about the business.
Yeah.
I think you just need to be, an empowered person.
Ja.
Make
Thank you.
different decisions.
We-
If you're not empowered, you are blind, being led by blind, following the blind.
We will definitely, there seems to be a lot of comments on the stream as we speak, and maybe you can also just follow the stream, Tuapewa. If you see any questions that people do ask, please feel free to comment on the stream.
That you would like to address.
Yeah,
I'll
that you would
do
like to
that.
address. Ah, my sister, thank you,
I just
man.
got a message now from my auntie. Come on. You were on point during Informanté Radio. Hallelujah.
No, she's not lying. You're really on
Yeah,
point. And
no,
I
you're
think,
on point.
based on the comments I'm seeing here, everybody's just saying it's been very informative. And yeah, people are just thanking you for the information. So thanks again.
It is a
Papa.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, ga nou asseblief. Ons het genoeg van gemengde se mense gehoor vandag.
Shalom. Ek het de Chaliza ook.
Awe, ja. Keep well, my sister.
Thank you, guys. And always feel free to call. Really, you need to be empowered.
Yes.
True.
Anything you want to do in life needs to be an informed decision.
Sure.
If you know, Maya Angelou says, "Do what you know until you know better."
Yes.
And when you know better, you do better.
Amen.
Sharp.
Ah.
All right. Lekker play. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Gaitan is saying, give that woman a Russian bear. Wanneer laat ik Russian bear gehoor? Very informative. Thanks, Meme. Thank you, Meme Khwama. Well said. Thank you so very
It was
much.
a good chat.
Because, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
I learned a lot.
about the chicken industry. I didn't know there were so many nuances that I thought, people would you just have the chickens, you inject them and then you slaughter them.
Yeah, and apparently they
Well,
don't need to be injected to not be organic. That's
Yeah.
because I don't think she said like this poultry I was saying the one in Namibia. They're not injected,
Yeah.
but they're not necessarily
Free roaming.
Yeah, they're not free roaming.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a controlled environment.
It's a controlled
yes.
environment, yeah.
Which means they are not quite organic.
So in short, to come a little bit down from the highly elevated English that Tuapewa was speaking here, is that we are mostly sometimes eat products that's very, very low in nutritional value because these foods are not organic.
Processed.
It's processed food. And again, ons like Shoprite goeders toe gaan en want toe gaan because there's an oversupply of these things and we think that ons het special gekry op 'n braaipak and this and that.
Yeah.
Nungwari hanakam in the meantime. These are the things that, contributes to our lifestyle diseases over a course
Killing
period
us.
of time. It's killing us.
Why do you think? I think this type of diseases generally are more centered in big cities.
Yeah.
Than in rural areas.
Hey.
Rural areas, mostly people are living very organically.
Yes.
The only thing that I think with our rural is that people haven't really found a balanced diet. So they might consume spinach every day.
Yeah.
So it's also not balanced, but it's organic.
It's organic.
in its most purest form, and so they are less susceptible to this high blood pressure, diabetes, and all this other stuff that I think the rest of people in bigger cities and busier metropolitans are susceptible to. So that's just the fact of life.
All right. Enough of Neville's groceries. Let's move on from Namibia's dependency on Brazil to women's dependency on men.
What do you
Did you
mean?
just bring it
I'm
in?
on fire!
You are on fire!
What do you mean with that?
It's not my handwriting.
Statement.
It's not my handwriting. It was a statement. What's my current? It was a
let's
statement
have
from.
Yeah, just read it so that we get.
The newspaper is not here now.
Can we
Somebody
just
took my
Shines,
newspaper.
This, I think, a new era. Is it possible to just get the new era?
Please,
Please,
Ilan,
please.
yes.
I think let's read it before we get, because I actually didn't. I only saw people discussing it on social media. I didn't actually
read
listen
that.
to
Oh,
him.
okay.
I didn't listen to him.
It would be interesting. The discussions are ongoing. I don't know if it's going to be continuing, but yesterday they were definitely discussing the issue of SGBB.
Discussion.
I said, man.
Discussing, huh?
Futheki.
I think this is the same man that can't say supposedly, but anyway. So next time.
Supposedly. Say how chips with your Herero accent.
Chips.
Film.
No, say it with the Herero accent.
Chips and hot dogs. Ne? In
Osherero.
at Pikewe restaurant is chefs and hot dogs.
Or shifts and the hundok.
We show shifts na hundred somewhere. Yeah.
All right, let's read the insert from today's New Era. Swanu parliamentarian catches flag over woman dependency comment. All right. Swanu parliamentarian Tangeni Iyambo was yesterday slammed in the National Assembly over his comments about women being too dependent on men. Open quote, our women are too dependent, and dependency is what brings a lot of problems for men who invest in them, commented Iyambo, who also appeared to suggest that the supposed dependency syndrome was contributing to gender-based violence in society. The remarks, which were made during Iyambo's contribution to the motion introduced by PDM MP Winnie Mongo that seeks for the establishment of a sex offender register to curb sexual violence, did not sit well with MPs, including Prime Minister Sarah Kukongelwa Amadela. You guys want me to continue reading, or is that fine?
I think that's fine.
Gaan koop julle se eie koerant.
This man clearly doesn't understand gender economics inequality in Namibia. But let me just start there. But anyway, let's gouge on that.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we should not conflate the two issues. Right? There are a lot of things that are perceived to contribute to GBV in this country, but we should not start conflating the issue. This is a problem with the men. Right? This is a problem with the men. We invest in businesses. If the business fails, you don't go and try and beat up everybody there for making you false promise. If you invest in a relationship, it's because you think this is going to last. And if it doesn't last, you still have no right to put your hand on somebody else.
Because it doesn't work.
Yes, because basically what we do by starting to throw these things, but the woman did this, but the woman did that, or women are doing this, you are deflecting from the real issue, which is men feeling they have some sort of ownership over women and they can do whatever they want. Or you are supposed to behave a certain way, otherwise they shall have panel beat for it. And you're excusing the behavior of these guys by trying to blame the women because the women did this. Yes, there are certain other things that also contribute to how these situations play out, and those are things that we can talk about once we have addressed the issue with men. My opinion.
As you were speaking now, Cubase, I just remember this movie scene of Tina Turner, Ike and Tina Turner. Once she basically got the courage to break away from Ike through this unhealthy, abusive, physical relationship that she had with Ike Turner for such a long time, she created her own brand. That's how she became Tina Turner. And there's this specific scene where he wants her back. And he sits with her in his car. And he said, yo, Anime, that's his name. That's her name. You know, Anime, you know, I've stopped using drugs, and I stopped using cocaine, and I stopped drinking, and you need to bring your ass home now. And we need to stop this thing, okay? The kids are missing you. You need to come back home. And you can see her, you can see that she's completely emaciated. I'm done with you. So, and that moment when he saw her, really, he could see in her face that this woman is done with me.
I have no hold over her anymore.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, no, wait a minute, Anime. You know you're nothing without me. You know I can take you out any goddamn time as you sit here. You understand what I'm saying? I want my surname back and I want this back, but you could clearly see that he still feels that he has a hold on her. She is what she is because of him. And that symbolizes, I think, what happens in a lot of relationships in our country and beyond our borders, where men do feel, so I can do. You're not even a human being. You're product to me. You will do what I tell you to do, because you're nothing without me. I provide you with each and everything that you have. So what this Iyambo is saying is that, what is he saying? That women allow this to happen to them.
Dependency syndrome is what causes men to you know, it basically contributes towards men doing what it is
they
that
do.
they do.
Okay?
Excusing their behavior once again. Maria is contemplating very
Hey.
deeply.
I'm not contemplating. I'm
Dun,
waiting for
dun,
you guys
dun,
to finish.
dun.
And you guys have a mouthful.
Dun, 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 dun.
No,
Look at who says we have.
Yeah. What?
Mrs. Mouthful.
Ooh.
I mean,
Can somebody please?
I mean, I do so much work in this space, but I'll let you guys finish.
You
Okay,
as a
teapot, tell the kettle.
Mouthful.
The tone, the phrasing, and the language used by Yambo is very wrong. I think it can be misconstrued generally as excuses or justification for SGBV, which is wrong. Now, and I think if you're going to make a case, right, you cannot pick what works in your favor and present that as the reality. All
Yeah.
right. He should have made a solid case by looking at factoring everything and then presenting that. That's the one side. So I'm going to first put that aside. Now, is he completely wrong that it is one of the causes? No, of course not. Dependency is one of the causes. Now, saying that is not to say that independent women don't get abused, because you can be self-sufficient and self-reliant and still be in an abusive relationship where a man is depending. The man that would be abusing you is the man that depends on you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not really that is one way of a sure way of avoiding it. There are lots of factors. Now, when we talk about gender-based, I'm just going to say this. Gender-based violence is deeply rooted in discriminatory culture, beliefs, and attitudes that perpetuate inequality and powerlessness in particularly women and girls. Okay, so there's a lot of factors. Like I said, dependency is one of them. Socioeconomic factors, cultural, religion, there's so many. There's so many causes for SGBV. But ultimately, when we just present, and this is where his mistake was, when you just present one, and by the way, it's not even the main one in this country. Most women are not being killed because they depend on men financially.
Yeah.
That's not actually why most of them are being killed. It is partly the reason, but it's not the only reason. It's not even the main reason. So you're very correct that, in fact, if we are going to address, we do need to understand what the symptoms are. We do need so we can treat the problem. We do need to understand that. So this, as much as this conversation is uncomfortable, it is a conversation that should be had.
Yeah.
Dependency and how that contributes to SGBV. That conversation needs to be had, but it cannot be had in isolation. And it cannot be had as the main factor for SGBV. It isn't the main reason SGBV. The main reason for SGBV is all these other factors. It's patriarchy and how we are raised and how even the boy child is raised.
Yep.
So let us address that. And I think that's why he's getting a bit of backlash. It's not that what he's saying is completely off.
Yeah.
It's that he's making it appear like that's the only reason. Like if we treat that symptom, this
SGBV
dependency...
will go away. Yeah. That's what he.
Yeah,
basically
that's
what he implies.
He's basically implying if more women are liberated, and by the way, I would love nothing more than women to be self-sufficient, but he's basically saying if we treat that, then the SGBV issue will go away.
Yeah, it's for me. It's the same thing like with the alcohol, for instance. We know alcohol accelerates basically the SGBV problem.
Yeah.
But it's not the cause.
Yes.
So, I mean, we can take away the alcohol. It doesn't mean abusers will stop abusing their partners.
Yeah.
Even without, a matter of fact, they're probably going to be more stressed and the behavior might escalate.
Yeah.
So we are trying to treat the symptoms without getting to the root cause. Everybody's ignoring the root cause.
A lot of the root causes is just what we've normalized, what we've been brought up to believe.
Yeah.
How we
Yeah.
see women, how
Yeah.
we see men,
Yes.
how we see children. You know, we need to really start with the education from a very young age. And that's, I think, where the biggest challenge is, because how do you educate uneducated people? When I'm saying uneducated, I'm not talking about your degrees and your qualifications. I'm saying the environment in which you've grown, what has been normalized to you. This morning I was listening to Eagle FM on my way to work, and there was a conversation about this woman that got killed, and some of the people are saying it's because she accused the man of being the father of a child, and he found out he wasn't the father of the child. But you had callers that were saying, yeah, let us address that, because a lot of women do that. A lot of women give us false paternity and that.
Hoekom lieg julle?
Yeah, hoekom lieg julle and
Hoekom
whatever.
lieg julle?
Yes.
And while it is true that paternity and women have been guilty of
Yes.
falsely giving men children that are not biologically theirs. While we can say, when we go down that rabbit hole, what we're ultimately doing is we are justifying the act of murder.
And that you can't do.
Yes, you can't do. And we empower men to say, okay, if she's accused you of, or she's given you a child that's not yours, you have every right to kill her. If she cheats on you, you have right to
Every
kill her.
right to kill
If
her.
she does this, you have a right to kill her. Let's stop that language. And that language is the problem. By saying, you cannot, after a woman has been killed so brutally, say, yeah, but let us also look at what she did wrong.
Yes, that's how that question comes up every time,
every time.
because everybody still feels there is some form of justification.
And they can
For
never
it,
be.
yes.
And that you can't do.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
can never be.
That's why I keep saying we need to stop trying to look at this other outside factors, like things like that, like the dependency of women or the use of alcohol or drugs or whatever. As much as
Those
these-
are basically symptoms.
yes,
that you say.
they may be, yeah.
They're
sometimes
causes, but
Yeah.
they're various causes.
Yeah.
They're amongst the causes.
they accelerate the problem.
Yeah. Let's say they contribute to SGB.
Yes.
Like I'd
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
say that. They contribute to SGB.
But the
Exactly.
problem is the way, like Maria was saying, the way we view each other, the way the men view the
Yeah.
women, the way women
View
view the
men.
men. So, like, this whole indoctrination from the very beginning of your childhood is wrong. I mean, we are taught to normalize basically broken relationships.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with a broken relationship.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. That is abnormal.
Yeah, it's not normal. And
Yeah.
that's also, another caller also then said that as well. It's like, yeah, but guys, women are just different. You know, that's why we cannot compare women and men cheating, because women, they have more tolerance for cheating, you know, and that's
Yeah.
why whatever.
It's
But
true.
women, come on, a woman cannot cheat on a man.
Yeah, that's very true.
You see, it is how we view each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
we have more we have
Yeah.
more tolerance because that's what we've been groomed to accept.
And
The
Maria,
indoctrination is wrong.
Wrong.
and
Yeah.
Maria,
Yes.
and it's that indoctrination that we grew up with, that even as I sit here, if I have to compare the pain that I would have if you cheat on me compared to the pain that I perceive that you would have when I cheat on you, I still feel as a man sitting here that the pain that you give me by cheating on
Will
me
be worse
with
for you.
Cubase will be worse
Yes, and it
for
will
me.
be. It will be.
Because you are emotionally weaker than her.
Yeah, and not only that, I've been raised to see it as to expect it.
Exactly.
I've been prepared in life for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Also,
Because they're saying all men will cheat on you, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we're
yeah.
told. All
Yeah.
men will eventually cheat
So
on you.
you've been conditioned for that,
We
yeah.
were prepared for it.
Yeah.
And almost like to a point where we believe it's not even a reason to leave a man.
Yeah.
So I'm prepared for it when you cheat on me. It's almost
Yeah.
expected. Let me rather say that.
Yeah.
Whereas in for a man,
Yeah.
you see women in this light of, yeah, we're more understanding and
It's a
more
pedestal.
accommodating as a pedestal. So you can't potentially do that to me. And if you do, again, learn language, what does it say? Because you feel now emasculated. A woman
Yeah.
is cheated on. What does it say about me as a man?
Yeah.
Because women, it's not normal to cheat, right?
Yeah.
So what does it say about me? Money. Is this what you're saying? Are you questioning my manhood?
That you are cheating on
And
me.
you know that ego, you know, and that bruised ego, that then
Causes
leads-
you to do-
it leads to other things.
Yeah, it
But
leads
to
I-
to
lash out.
yes,
Yeah, to lash
and
out.
that's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's grooming.
Walk away. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a-
Because Leah's comments was
Because,
comments
yeah,
Yeah.
you need to start with your chicken comments because there's a lot of chicken comments up there.
Because begin so. Man. Call to appeal again. Ons wil hoender praat.
That's it.
We don't want to talk this main thing.
That's it.
Braji Gontep, slaughtering an innocent chicken must be considered as GBB, as most light-hearted people in society are known to be chicken.
Huh?
Jealousemos, hey,
Yes, Manet.
you are a chicken. I have said it before many times and I'll say it again. Men, we are weak, says Ronnie the Magnet. Ronnie K, the original.
Magnet.
People, yeah, let's just call him Magnet.
We need to call him Magnet.
Of Cananelo.
I agree, because
don't start
what is strength? No, I just want to say strength is being ability to walk away from all of this. So when you act irrationally, for me that's weakness, and that is correct. So that is a society of weak men. We're not talking about physical strength. We're talking about character and
Yeah.
emotions.
Paul Mtina. Culture also contributed, but GBV caused by the lack of respect between the two sexes, I'm assuming, or the two people in the relationship. Vedika, let's not deny the dependency syndrome in our country. However, it's just not a reason for any type of violence, right?
Yeah.
Abuse comes in many ways, whether woman is dependent or not. SGBV has to be addressed from the bottom up, starting with the boy child. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roviera, next, Zelo, nothing. Oh, okay, never mind. It's like any comment that is a reply to another one, I'm not going to read, right? So
Yeah.
don't be surprised if I skip over your comments because I'm not following the conversation like that. Sharetta says GBV is based on poverty. You'd be surprised how many rich people are panel beating each other in their mentions.
No, GBV crosses all races, all classes,
Yes.
in all societies.
Yes.
Let's be clear on that. And sometimes just because you don't sit in a certain class or society doesn't mean it's not happening. Sometimes it can just mean the reporting rate is very low.
It's lower, yes.
Because there's more tolerance for it. So yeah, be careful what you say. And just by the way, I wanted to make this case for Hangwena region. For example, Hangwena region reports the highest sets of SGBV. Now, what people are trying to understand is it because SGBV is getting worse, or is it because women are now more empowered to report SGBV? And it's actually found that it could be both.
Yeah, like it's probably a combination
Mix
of both.
yeah.
Anyway, let me continue the comment. First, we should uproot poverty in our country. Then we are able to fight GBV. All right, most people are dependent, and it is hard to find an independent person become a victim. We should diagnose the problem before looking for GBV solutions. And women, we need a big change on our behaviors and appearance.
Yeah, like dependencies, like I said, nobody can dispute that it's a contributing factor, but I don't think the conversation should shift to only that. There are so many other contributing factors, and we need to look at SGBV holistically, you know. But yes, and again, like I said, you can be independent and still be abused. That's the unfortunate part. That's why it is important to look at it on a holistic way. But yes, dependency is, and nobody can ever dispute that, is a contributing factor to SGBV.
But for guys, please make me understand. Why do you feel like, I mean, don't you think that this person that you're with also invested in you? It may not be financially, but
Yeah.
during the course of the relationship, don't you
Yeah.
think they also invested in you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, so why do you feel like...
She's at home taking care of your children.
You're entitled. Why do you
Yeah.
feel you're entitled to her in Ja, mans mense. Ons moet regkom ons.
Yeah, and when we say contributing factor, I
Bedrijf
think it's just dependency makes it difficult also to leave
Yeah.
an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I think when you're obviously more empowered and financially dependent, you
Yeah.
can get abuse, but you do have other outlets in which to,
Yeah.
to escape that, because
Yeah.
you can still land on your own 2 feet. Whereas when you need that man to pay your bills, you have no home to go to, your family is shunning you. You're going to stay in that, and we find that it happens quite a
You
lot.
go home and your family will tell you, listen, this man is good to you.
Yeah.
You leave
He
him and then
contributes
you'll
to
find another
funerals.
one
Yeah.
who does not
Yeah.
do this. Just stay
Yeah.
with him. That indoctrination.
You have electricity and water at
Yes,
home.
Yes.
And it's all of those contributing factors that we're talking about. And I think once you reach a certain age, whether it's a woman who's in this situation or a man in that situation, any which one would sit there and say, you know what, if I'm going to be walking out of this relationship now, I'm 45 years old. I still have a life ahead of me. Am I going to get another partner at my age? So I don't want to
Play in
start.
it.
I don't want to start over again. Blame on it.
Yeah.
So you just stay in this abusive cycle, and you just keep on. Maybe it's going to get better. Maybe it's going to get better because you don't want to take that step, that necessary step to step out of this relationship and to restore your life as to what it is supposed to be.
I completely understand that, right? But then who are you doing justice to?
To yourself?
No, you're not doing any justice for yourself or to the other person or to your kids or to,
to your kids.
I mean, if you are in an unhappy relationship, you're not doing yourself any favors.
And
You're
ma-
not doing the kids and the kids pick up
yeah.
way more than
Yeah,
you
it's a
think in the
cycle.
house.
Yeah, yeah,
Alla
yeah.
kan dat sin.
And by the way, that's also a contributing factor.
Children.
Children, how they saw what they grew
The
up
relationship
saying
between
that
the
also is a
parents, yes.
contributing factor to
Yeah.
SGB. But I also just wanted to add that again, I said this last time and I just said it very subtly, but 60% of women, over 60%, do get killed leaving an
Relationship,
abusive
yes.
relationship. So when she says, I am done, and the man realizes that she really is done, that's why it's like, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you, and they end up killing themselves and killing. But also to add to that, and this is again why I'm saying the feminism is important, it's like, we're not saying there shouldn't be housewives. We know the roles of a housewife. It's very crucial
Yeah.
in keeping a family together.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're not saying all women, independent VS, everybody has to be in a boardroom or CEO or MD or a supervisor or job or a teller or a security guard, or you must go and work. Don't depend on a man. That's not what we're saying. What I mean ultimately, and this feminism is important, is that we want to create environment so that in whatever decisions you make in your life, whether it's a housewife or to be a CEO, that the environment is conducive enough for you to thrive. Let me give an example. Your wife, she's a housewife, right? You want to create an environment for her. So if the day like you're abusive to her and she says, Vieche, ek wil gaan. I'm not going to stand for this. We've been married for 20 years, but I'm not going to stand for this. She should be able to, even as a housewife, be able to get out and be able to sustain herself.
No,
so
of course.
create an environment for
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
And that's very important. But it doesn't mean that when we're saying address the issues, no need to say no, almal moet ons no kom werk. Yeah, desert the family. No, we also
Yeah.
understand the importance and role of a housewife. And if that's what you want to do, you and your husband decide that that's a better role for you to
Yeah.
take into the household.
Yeah.
It's just about creating environments for you to
Yeah.
thrive in that role.
And it's so important for any man to realize exactly what the value of your partner is.
Yes.
What
Yes.
the value of your wife is.
Value.
And it's that value that needs you to appreciate what you guys have.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't want to see my wife being just another product
Yeah.
in the house. She's a human being with feelings.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that
Which
I
is
do,
valuable.
she's valuable. Whatever I do or say, obviously, I need to be careful what I do or say. And I need to respect her. And that's important for each and every one out there as men, that we need to respect our wives. We need to, and that respect, and it's one thing that I always say, you know what, and I keep on telling this to my kids, and I keep on saying to them, you know what, you guys keep on, sometimes we joke around about, Daddy, koop my die, do this. And I always say the biggest present a father can give to his children, the biggest present a father can give to his children is if he loves their mother.
Respects the mother.
Yes.
If you love and respect their mother, it's the biggest present a child can ever have.
That they will carry with them
That
Yes.
they
their whole life. They will
Yeah.
carry that into their own relationships and
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
I mean, if you really want to invest, like Marius, you said something that sort of stuck with me. And I feel if you really want to invest in your partner, you should be trying to help them to be self-sustainable as well.
Exactly.
I mean, you could die today, and you could leave your partner with your kids. Most guys I have found, I mean, if you disagree, you can come let me know, but I'm not investing in you for you. It's
I'm investing in you for me.
for me to try and hold on to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So I keep buying you all
Like a
these little
trophy,
things and
yeah.
doing these little things so I have that control over you. And that is, the mentality is just wrong.
Yeah. I
And
agree
like,
with
yeah,
you,
the way we view each other as men and women.
Yeah.
Maar hy vrou, sy sal nie gaan nie.
Want toe sal sy sal gaan honger kry.
Sop
Come
is so.
Yeah.
Mevrou
Wat
sal nie
sy
gaan.
yeah.
Sy sal gaan honger kry want
Ja.
toe gaan
Sy
sy
sal nie kom as dan
And I mean they isolate you, right? So for you isolate you from family and friends.
Emotional
when
abuse.
when you are being abused, so you really have nowhere to go.
Yes, there's
If you-
no
if you-
support structure.
Have you ever isolated your wife?
Not for abusive reasons.
Ons doen dit so met 'n styl gaan. Luister hierso. Kan jou familie net bietjie wegbly asseblief? Can we not have family over? Asseblief. Kan ons net just
we need some time.
Yeah, because COVID-19, yeah, we need to be isolated. Yeah, we need to have social distancing from our family. Always a good reason
Yeah.
to isolate the
Yeah.
wife.
Of course. Hy chommy van jou. Hulle is te wild.
Ja, hulle is te
Ek was
wild.
in Pharaoh's gister. Jy moet gesê, daai ander chommy van jou. Karen, she's just working on men. I don't want you to be friends with that girl.
You're not hanging with that girl. But you also going to be doing those same things when you are with her.
But it's because Anna is progressive. It's like, as jy vir jou slaan, moet jy gaan, Chubby. Jy moet daarmee eens toe kom, but we're not going to accept him beating you. Oh, that's why Anna is now an enemy of progress. Yeah.
It's like, hey, Anna, nee, sê maar, sy moet oppas. Sy moet oppas. Rob here is saying if you're over 18, you can start working for your own place and make your own rules. Her house, her rules. Fat cancer. He was replying to something. Zico, Herpy, help your partner to be self-sufficient. Strong words, Q.
That also means investing in helping her invest in her education if you can. Trying to get her to maybe start a little business on the side if you can.
And understanding that she owes you nothing in return.
Or like I said, sometimes if you're married out of community or property, she's a housewife, the next property you buy, put it on her name so that she has, she's building a portfolio for herself. So it comes in different ways.
You know, with black families, once you die, how difficult it becomes for the wife and the kids.
And the kids,
Why did I get married? Two.
Okay, fun movies.
Nee. I love.
You like to go to movie references.
These case studies, it helps us. Because what you're talking about now, 2 nights ago, I stumbled on this movie. I haven't seen it in 10 years. So there's this scene because Janet Jackson, she also plays in the movie.
Yes.
So now there's this divorce settlement that they are busy discussing, she and her husband. So they sit across the table.
And she was a powerful woman, I think.
She's a powerful woman in the relationship. So they say, okay, so the lawyers basically agree, okay, the house, the proceeds of selling the house amounts to about $800,000 US. That's going to be split in half. There's, in terms of liquidity, in terms of cash, in their bank account, there's about $750,000 US dollars. That's going to be split in half. Agreed. So as they were busy signing the documents, the husband said, because she was filing for divorce, and the husband said, no, we're not going to do this. And both the lawyers were like, so what is this? There's another bank account. And the two lawyers basically looked at each other quite baffled because they don't know about it. There's another bank account that she has that amounts to about close to $1 million US proceeds from a book that she was writing. Okay? So she's like, but
I earned that. I wrote that book myself.
I wrote that book myself.
Yeah. Without help from you.
Without, and this is where the standoff came and said, wait a minute. 50% of the content of that book is ideas that I gave you. Okay? And while you were writing those books, or that book, I was basically taking care of the household. So I deserve 50% of that. Hey.
It's an argument,
And the rest is history. So that value of your partner, while you are chasing your dream, okay, at the end of the day, because I can't stand here as I say, you know what, Maria, I go out on Friday nights, Saturday nights, I go and have events, I do this, I do that, while Mafro is watching after the kids. If things go south, and she's in it, wait a minute. All these years, while you were out there doing what you're doing, I was looking after the kids. I need a little bit more.
Me being here made it possible for you to go out and go do what you did.
I thank you.
Yeah.
So that's also an element that I think when the entitlement comes between two people, when it's war, because there's nothing cool about divorce. And then we all draw our battle lines, and it just becomes nasty.
All right, a few more comments.
Is there another movie I can give you guys?
Cruel Intentions.
Sorry, Raymond Basura just asking, when do you have time for my friend when you're watching movie? Like, kick any movie, Sam.
Come on.
He is dumb. Dumb.
All right.
Come on. Okay, is this Alt? Alt to Popular. A top fan. I've never seen your name in the comments before, top fan. Women should speak out. Do not suffer in silence. Leave alone the judgments from society. Also empower yourself and liberate yourself economically. Sometimes being dependent on a man is slavery. Look,
I agree.
I understand what you're saying, right? But here's the problem that, or the way I see it anyway. Like the way, even when you report the case, the way it's handled, in most of the cases, it stops a lot of women for actually wanting to
Also another course, by the way.
to come out and report some of these instances happening. Because I'm going to go report, nothing is going to happen, and then I'm going to have to come sleep next to my abuser again tonight. And the problem just keeps getting worse and worse. Right? So I mean, it's easy to say, and it's something that you would want everybody to do, but then we need to create an environment that makes it possible for women to do that safely.
Yeah.
Like Maria was saying, about 60%, I think, is the number of women who do get killed leaving abusive relationships. Anyway, Gaitan, there goes Tata Neville with his Black American movie reference.
Hey, Gaitan, now let's make our own movies. Stop referencing these Negroes.
Kosprat van Katutura. Liva Hiskia, in my marriage, if we're going to get divorced, I'll take my bag and leave, and won't even take a cent and leave. Right? A real man knows how to build himself from scratch.
Language, I don't like this real man talk.
Cubase, I changed my mind, that's why. Oh, okay.
I changed my mind.
From commenting.
Oh. The top
I
fan
guess
one.
because I said I haven't seen your name in the comments before. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for adding your 2 cents to the conversation this morning. Skonyaks Gapes, I hope up. Nou, Cubase, sê vir ons, wat was die redes hoekom jy die wifey ge-isolate het? Do you guys think what I'm thinking? Hela, sit back down. Go play in your band. Castro Paul, I want to start a curfew of men that will beat up guys that panel beat women. A crew, not a curfew, a crew. And kids. But then again, I have to remember that violence doesn't solve violence.
Yeah.
We have to start a culture of educating men and boys on SGBV and how destructive it is. The violence is rooted in low self-esteem and a thirst for control. All right? Where do you think these guys are getting all this? I mean, even the young ones are imitating us. We are feeding them this negativity in these little conversations we have with each other, in the things we post on social media, the things you share even. You don't realize how toxic it can be, just sharing and spreading, echoing basically a message. You must be more careful.
Yeah, can I just add to this? I saw a video on an American woman telling her son to go take his plate, I think, to the sink. And he was like, that's your job. And I thought, you see, language.
Yes.
It's just a perception that it's a woman's job
to clean up after me.
clean up after a man already. And I mean, this kid is like
what
10,
is the
11.
problem? What is
So yes, it's also what you do in the presence of, if you're just seen as like certain, if you put this clear gender roles, it also teaches wrong language.
Yeah.
No, if mommy is sick, my daddy can most work.
Also, the letting go of all the gender roles is a problem.
No, I'm saying I know they can be there, but they can be there. I think the person that likes cooking, for example, should probably do most of the cooking, and that's not a gender thing. If the man is the one that prefers to do most of the cooking, or the woman do that, but then the other one must wash the dishes. That's it.
The kids, the boys, obviously they're obviously studying from home. So there was this one day that Mevrouw just decided, she wants to do something completely different than what she normally does, because everything that she does is obviously inside the house. So Mevrouw's like in the garden,
doing her thing.
Man say hard, Ali on grade 8, all kinds. And so they take pictures of her. Like, it's Mevrouw is like in a big hat outside, doing a man's work outside. I'm like, it's okay. So those gender roles that you do talk about, Maria, it's going to take a while for us to cross-gender those roles. Me being in the house and she being outside.
I mean, for those things, I think as a couple, you need to find what works for
Yes,
both of you.
that's what I'm saying.
There are
yes.
no
Set rules.
clearly set rules that,
Yeah.
dit moet so gebeur en so
Yeah.
gebeur. You find what works for you, what
Yeah.
makes both
Yeah.
of you happy in the relationship, and that's what you work with.
But that's why it's important to remove gender role and then find what works for you.
Yeah.
Not gay because jy is 'n vrou, jy moet dit doen en ek is 'n man, ek moet dit doen. Like I said, it's even if it works for you to be at home and for the wife to be at work
Yeah.
because you would rather run a business
Aye.
from home, then you do that.
Julle respect nie.
And it's like,
No, I'm
that's-
saying you have a business from home.
does your man have a job? No, he's a house husband.
And you're doing all the work.
I met a few house husbands. They're actually very nice. And you see them walking their kids in the morning. I'm like, wow, this is kind of nice.
Nee, it's all right. Lost it. Sorry. I don't want to talk about
The
that.
time you were there, you told what did you say when
Well,
you were
they
watching?
work for
That
me.
time you were a house husband.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was a stay-at-home.
Yeah.
And that time I was not a husband, but you know,
Yeah.
Biere
Partner,
gedrink en
partner.
gesit op die couch.
my now wife was the one who had a full-time job, and I was only working on weekends right after my daughter was born.
Oh, okay.
So, my broer, ek het al geloop met hy. Daar is die ding.
Yeah, I see it.
The carry.
Yes,
yeah.
the carry thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Met my dogtertjie. And then you see the girls, oh, that's so nice. And then you see the guys, ay, wa kavirwa.
Jy word
Byna word
gery.
gery daar.
Wakabirwa.
Ek worry niks nie. Bro. My daughter is happy, I'm happy, my wife is happy, so
There's
it works for me.
there's a stage in your life where you know what comments, opinions
Yeah, they don't
of
bother
other
you.
people outside your house doesn't you just don't care.
And like for even the compliments, it's like even the compliments for me were like, why are you congratulating me
Yeah.
for taking care of my child?
Yeah, I'm
That-
a-
it's just
I'm
what
a
suppo-
father.
Yeah, I'm just like, who else is supposed to do this? The mothers at work.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, I saw so Wakabirwa man.
it's all right, my bro.
Yeah, we say waturamo.
What wrong?
Pellet. Speaking of, let me play that song.
What wrong?
Yeah, yo.
Read more comments, laat ons kan gaan.
Live Hiskia at home, it's 50-50. But when I ask, will you change the tire when it's flat, Madame just walk away and laugh. But it's because she can't, not because she doesn't want to.
It's physical.
You should
It's
understand,
physical
yeah,
strength
she
here.
can't.
Yeah. She can direct you as to what you can do
Yeah.
for the jack not to fall on your head. Okay, maybe she knows a little bit of science. Okay, honey, okay, put the jack in that position. But she can't physically change the
I
tire.
can change a tire physically.
Huh?
I can change a tire.
Oh, okay.
My
Nah.
pa gaan vir my gaan leer.
Okay.
Roy is saying, just end the stream now. I have meetings. Julle so besonic comment.
Okay, Ro.
Sorry, Ro. Your request what? Your request, is our what? Okay, sorry.
It's accepted.
Yes. Okay.
Go to your meeting.
Your wish is our command. Sorry, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to say.
And go tell everybody in that meeting to come watch the show tomorrow.
Yeah, that's well.
Yes. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Vandaag is wat donderdag, ne?
Mini Friday.
It's a Thursday, so...
Whoa. Junam het gepay vandag nie. Polytech ook nie.
Maria, you still haven't run out of money. Om je blok.
Net 'n
Okay,
blok.
money only, leen. I will pay you with minus 10% interest. So I'll give you 900 back.
Ciao.
It's heel goed, sketchy me af.
Kom ons gaan net.
Hey, is it maklik?
Right, guys,
Extend
catch the hour between 12 and 1. Today, I think we're talking to Trustco Finance. We're probably going to be talking to IOL as well, so it's probably going to be one of those double hit Thursdays. So you catch that between 12 and 1.
Luister hierso nee. This chicken discussion, we honestly thought it's just going to be
Quick
a
grocery
very
talk.
quick, roastery talk. And
Nothing quick with Tapewa.
no, there's nothing quick with Tuapewa. But the topic in itself, I didn't think for one second that the topic would be that interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But it's very, very clear that either we, with the amount of comments that we saw on the stream, that it's very clear that either Namibians are becoming very self-conscious about supporting our own, okay, or we are very self-conscious about being healthy. So I hope it's both, and not just the one.
Maybe our next guest in studio should be Team Namibia, so we can see what are the actual Namibian products out there
Yeah.
that we should be thinking of
Ain't like,
turning our attentions to.
Ain't like.
Ja.
Ain't like.
All right, guys.
Sharp.
Ons is 8. Ons is weer terug môre, so Vrydag. Are we talking about Maria's boyfriend again, or are we done with him tomorrow?
My man watches. He doesn't like you guys.
We also don't like him. It's
Somebody was asking me what dress was Cheryl Stone wearing in Basic Instinct. It was a white dress, just so you know.
It actually wasn't.
It was a white dress.
It wasn't white.
It's blue.
It was like, I think, a beige, like a skin tone. Or was it a white dress?
Okay, take this off.
Bye.
Bye.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9, Monday to Fridays.
The Morning Mix.
As you journey through life towards your retirement goal, build your wealth with Elite Save. Earn 8.5% compound interest on your investment term while choosing when and how you receive your interest returns. It's tailor-made to help you succeed. For more info, SMS Elite Save to 31844 and we will call you back. Underwritten by Trustco Life. The Morning Mix.
Mr. Gulo.
Asante. Umoya. Choto Fera.